Hey guys, Donna here with SkyHopper. You might remember me from such award-winning films as SkyHopper Ground Unit Installation video or SkyHopper PRO unboxing video and so on. Today we are going to talk about the SkyHopper web GUI for the point-to-point. The web GUI is a web-based application that's going to enable you to configure your units, change your configurations, and also check on the status of your configurations. So we'll walk through every single page of the web GUI and give you as much information as possible. Additional information is also can also be found on our website, www.skyhopper.biz. In the support section, we have a web GUI connection manual. We also have additional information in our user manual, as well as a UART to Ethernet connection guide. All right, we're going to take a look. Thanks. In order to connect your unit, type in the IP address for your unit. In our case, we are connecting to the aerial unit, so this is the default IP address, and it'll get us to the general information page for the SkyHopper 1 web GUI. The first screen that we're going to look at is the general information screen. This screen gives you basic information about your unit. The top section shows you information such as the version, serial number, etc. The second section will show you your link status, your throughput if you are using a serial data connection, and the internal temperature of your unit. The third section gives you information on the configuration, whether you have configured your unit as a remote unit, a controller unit, the frequency, channel bandwidth, etc. And the final section is your GPS status. The next page is the basic configuration page. Starting off with the unit mode, currently we show that the unit is configured as a remote unit. You can choose to configure the unit as a controller unit or a ground unit, in which case you just click the button, and then once you have completed this entire page, you apply the changes and it will be configured as a controller unit. But for now, we're going to continue configuring the unit as a remote aerial unit. The second section, frequency, is currently disabled. In the future, you will be able to have the option of automatic frequency selection. The next section is the unit IP address. What you currently see is the default IP address. However, you may change the IP address to whatever you like by entering it in the fields below. Next section, you can select if you want to enable or disable the encryption. You can also choose to enter an encryption key with a password. And finally, you can select with which language you want to configure your unit. And then finally, once you've finished, click Apply to save it, all changes. The next screen that we're going to look at is the Advanced Configuration screen. The top section allows you to choose whether you want to see things in imperial or metric units of measurement. Interference avoidance is currently unavailable. Frequency, you can select your frequency from the given range. This section is the TX power section. If you are working in a lab setting, then you will want to select a low TX power. If you are working outside in the field, then you will select a high TX power. With the SkyHopper 1, you can work with a 4.2 megahertz bandwidth, and you can select either 1.6, 3.2, or 4 megabits. The next section is your serial data connection section. If you are not connecting any serial data, select disabled and move forward. Or if you are connecting a serial data, you can either do so via UART to UART, which delivers the serial data via a serial port, or UART to Ethernet, either on the remote side, or UART to Ethernet on the controller side, which delivers the data via a serial port on one side and an Ethernet connection on the other side. For more information on how to do a UART to Ethernet connection, please refer to our UART to Ethernet connection guide. It can be found on our website, www.skyhopper.biz. Next, select your baud rate. And finally, select your protocol. Information about your protocol can be found in the web GUI connection guide. It will help you to find the right one. Pairing status is currently unavailable. So when you have finished, click Apply to save your changes. The final section at the bottom is your unit log. You can either save the local log, or you can download an existing log and work off that. The next page is the link monitor page. This page shows the RSSI and CINR measurements of channels 0 and 1. Please note that you can only see the CINR if there is a connected link. The top graph shows the RSSI measurement. If there is a difference of up to 5 dB, then there should be no issues, and this is pretty standard. However, if you see a consistent difference of over 10 dB, then you will want to contact support. Below, you will see the RSSI readings by channel and the CINR readings by channel. For RSSI, if the distance is below 90, then the unit can actually fly farther. The RSSI signal actually indicates the unit's possible distance to fly. For the CINR, it should be between 6 to 12 dB for each channel. Anything under 6 dB could be a problem for the link, and it could serve as a problem transmitting video. The next section is the throughput section. The throughput measures how much data is being transmitted or received. The top section shows the total throughput, and the bottom graph separates out the downlink from the uplink. If, for example, the defined throughput is 3.2 megabits per second with a 90-10 ratio, then the downlink should not exceed 2.5 megabits per second. The next page is the scanning screen. We highly recommend that you scan the frequency span every time you turn on your unit. The cleanest frequency is one with the lowest RSSI reading. Please note that prior to beginning the scan, you turn off the unit that you are not scanning. If that unit is on, its signal can serve as an interference. We've already conducted a scan, but I'll walk you through the steps. First thing is select a starting frequency. Select your end frequency, and select a frequency step. The shorter the step, the longer the scan. Once you've selected these three elements, click Start, and what you'll see is the estimated time left, and you'll see the progress. Once you get your results, take a look and choose the frequency with the lowest RSSI. In our case, the lowest is 2.478. Oftentimes what you'll notice is that once you finish the scan, the program will reboot. If this is the case, once it's finished rebooting, just go back to the scanning screen and you'll see your results. So the final page is the firmware update page, in which you can upgrade the unit's firmware. In order to do this, start by going to back to the general information page, and where you see product, you will see your revision type. If the revision ends with A, B, or H, then you will want to download an EU file. If the revision ends with B or D, then you'll download a DU file. As you can see here, the revision ends with a B, in which case we would download a DU file. Any available downloads can be found on our website, www.skyhopper.biz, in the Downloads section of the Support section. All you have to do is download the update, save it to your computer. On this page, browse and search for the file, and then apply it. Thank you.